It seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game. The big play to start them out has them at the 45 already. They'll keep it on the ground. Meadows. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
On 3rd down, Meadows. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Here's McCarthy. Dancing to his left. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Meadows, and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flipped it over.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Throwing to start the drive. Silver. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking to throw. Silver. That's out wide here for Robinson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. This 2nd and 4. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Off play action. Silver. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there, Bank at the 39-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Back to throw. Silver. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Rashad Bateman from 13 yards out. And the Falcons are an extra point away from drawing level. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, he doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. That's caught by Meredith right side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. 3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 28. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. On play action. Now McCarthy. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
That is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. That's caught left side, the tight end Pitts. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Looking to throw. Silver. And a dump off here to Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
He had 6 catches in the wild card win, and that's his first one here in the divisional round, and it's a 1st down. Off the play fake. Silver. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
That right. First incompletion so far in this game, Charles. He was 9 of 9 before that.
Yeah, I think that qualifies as being locked in. And then you have to ask him the question, so what caused the incompletion? Come on, man, get back on your game. Let's go.
The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 17. Back to throw. Silver. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Throwing is McCarthy. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now he's free at the 35 and down to the 28-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run, 42 yards. The offense has to love that, because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
On play action, McCarthy. And he rifles one incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
Looking to throw, McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 14. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Stick him with a pass. Here's McCarthy. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, not much time remains here in this 1st half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Got a man, it's London. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well-designed, and it's a quick first down.
And that is incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Silver got it complete to Rodgers. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They go play action here on first down. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Going for Bateman. He's got him on the out route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before break. Silver. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Silver. Over the middle, caught by London. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Play action. Silver. He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman. Touchdown, Falcons. Rashad Bateman with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now inside the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Over the middle, complete. That's Rodgers. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, we saw plenty of throws like this on Saturdays in South Bend last year. This one results in a first down here. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Operating from the gun, Silver. That is taken in by Rodgers. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. 41 yards. And the Falcons have cut it back within a score.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right. He looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
They'll keep it on the ground. Meadows. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. Looking to throw. Silver. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. So no gain on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
In trouble, and he's taken down. John Franklin Myers. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Operating from the gun. Silver. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, It's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. This is taken around the 12. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. That's caught downfield by Addison. Touchdown, Vikings! Jordan Addison, 43 yards. And the Vikings are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Devontae Wyatt forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Operating from the gun, Silver. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Silver can't get away, and he's taken down. Brian Asamoah working his way in to pick up the sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man down the field, it's Bateman. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 31. Off the play fake, Silver. Checks this one down to Robinson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 6. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession. As they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A first throw for the backup, Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. They go play action with Wilson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Now Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And the lead will stay put at 17. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Devontae Wyatt, his 2nd sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Operating from the gun, Silver. It's Rodgers here with a grab. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Back to throw. Silver. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2nd and 3. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Jair Elam makes the pick. And the Vikings are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
And they'll indeed take a knee. The Vikings will continue on in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody.